starting to think myself what I'm going to say, to the players, at time up. And what I was going to say, I said, look, you've had a great year. You've won the double.
We just thought it was all over, and it was desperate efforts. Peter came up into the area for a corner, and it was throw caution to the wind.
We were awarded a corner, and Peter Schmeichel, I remember I was behind that goal. He ran the whole way up the field.
He's not going to hit the target from 20 yards with his right foot, so I was just alive to the moment, and the ball came rolling to me, and lucky for me, I got a little scuff on.
And it wasn't luck, it was belief, and belief will win you things when all hope is gone.
And Steve McCann says, right, let's go back to 4-4-2, extra time, we'll win this. I says, look, Steve, this is not finished. I knew it wasn't finished. I knew we'd win.
Manchester United weren't lucky to win the European Cup. How many teams would have thanked their lucky stars to be looking at extra time? But they didn't. I think we had 20 players on the pitch. Maybe only you saw 11 of them in red shirts. But there was, all the Munich boys were on there too.
And nobody will ever win a European Cup final more dramatically than this.
Just before we out, I said, by the way, at the end of the game, that cup's sitting right there, and you can't do a thing about it. It's not your property. You can't touch it. It doesn't belong to you. You only get it if you win it. It's the greatest moment of my life.
Manchester United have reached the promised land.
These are the things that dreams are made
of. A lot of teams in England have history and passion and their own stories, but
nobody can touch Manchester
our
United.
team is Man United.
I was only a young lad. I was at school, and I'd gone up to train with my local junior team. But I'd been at the library studying, and I'd gone from the library straight to the training, so I had no idea at all about the news of the Munich air disaster.
The accident happened on the third attempt at a takeoff from the Munich airfield with slush on the runway, and it didn't get off the floor, and it ran straight off the end of the runway and hit a house, and many of my friends and many of the great young Manchester United players were killed.
I'll keep holding on.
Everybody was shocked that night. I'm a lorry driver and I was in a digs up Newcastle on Tyne. And they said the United plane has crashed. I nearly died of fright. They said, yes, it has, from Munich, she said. So they're sad moments, aren't they, really? They are. Yeah. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking from my bed in the Isaac Hospital, Munich, where I have been since the tragic accident of just over a month ago. You will be glad, I'm sure, to know that the remaining players here and myself are now considered out of danger. Again, it's wonderful to hear that the club have reached the semi-final of the FA Cup. And I impose my best wishes to everyone.
I think that initiated this great love for the club. They'd lost their team. But the real romance maybe started with some rebuilding it, from the sort of remnants of what happened in Munich. A few players left from it, and building our team within 10 years to win the European Cup.
We played against the Portuguese. We won 4-2 after extra time, 4-1, beg your pardon, after extra time, and there again I wasn't happy that night. I wasn't happy. I was just drained at the end of it.
there was a banquet after the game. And the banquet became a very, very sad occasion as well, because the players that died at Munich, their parents were at the game. And you're talking to one or two of them afterwards and you think to yourself, well, if these lads hadn't been killed at Munich, I wouldn't have been there, because they'd have been young enough to have still played in the European Cup final that year.
My wife always says to me, we cannot go out and meet anybody and not talk about Manchester United, which is very true. I find that within 5 minutes, I'm like some crazed religious preacher. As soon as I meet you, my first thought is how I can get into talking about Manchester United. Why? I mean, why do I feel this need to talk to people who don't know me and who have never heard of Manchester United? Why do I feel this need? The answer to that question is, I have no idea. Life revolves around Manchester United for so many people, including me. There's no question about that, you know. So I say to all fans, get up, sing and chant. I'm very passionate about America because I love America. The only problem with America, it's a little bit far away from Manchester.
I'm not going on air, going up to McCormick's. There's so many new fans in there. One's got standards to keep up. Cheers.
What is it about the Manchester fans you don't like?
The fact that none of them from Manchester.
It's the biggest franchise in the world, for God's sake. You know, it's three times bigger than the New York Yankees.
It's not a game. People say to me all the time, yeah, it's a game. It's not a game. It's not like football or baseball. It's not a game.
Fan of this country, but you cannot tell me that baseball, hockey, football or basketball comes anywhere near what went on in there today. There was enough emotion and passion in there today to power this great city. This is not about two teams on the day, it's about the entity that is Manchester United. 125 years of passion and spirit. It's not about David Beckham and Roy Keane, it's about this whole spiritual being that is Manchester United.
Well, Manchester United through and through. I think I was from being school. The difference between me and a supporter, I think, is because I've got this, if you like, celebrity status. I'm able to get further within United than most fans. In other words, I have access to the players and to the management and to the whole of United.
Well, I was with Fufu last night. Alright, have you ever been to this place? It's a fantastic place, you know. It's mobbed every night.
Let's welcome our one more time. Bring it on stage. The one and only Miss Fufu River.
Joyful and triumphant. Cease? Can I well look at him? Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Now, you know that posh spice? Clean up, man. You don't clean, man. And that Beckham fancied me before her, you know. And you know why, don't you? Because I can give him my tits to take home with him. Honestly. Love it. Love it. She's explaining it to him. Hey!
He's one of Manchester's great characters, but what a good man. I mean, the work he does for charity is incredible. I think half his week is done with charity events.
They've been so kind in the past with the charity work that I'm involved with, and I take lots of celebrities to United because I think it's a showground. In fact, it's like me, a different thing. They're on a pitch, I'm on a stage, but it's still showbiz, and I think it's the best stage in the world, United. Are you a Manchester United fan?
No!
No! No! Get through that door immediately. Who do you support?
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest?
Yes.
That's 10 days camel ride.
Rubbish.
What do you support them for? They're not here.
That's where I'm from.
But you're living here now, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, you should support United then.
So he's got the talent to entertain, and he's got a warm heart, and he's a great friend of the club and myself.
Right, everybody on?
Okay, we'll do a name check here just to make sure everybody's here. Okay, I'll shout out if and when your name is called. Terence McCorry. Yeah. Corey Jr. Yeah. Barry Carville. Noel Flynn. Kathy Flynn. Sean McSherry. Stephen McSherry. Stephen McSherry.
It's about 2.5 hours to Dublin from Craigavon. It's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours on the boat, and then it's another 2.5 hours to Manchester roughly. And do that journey 5 or 6 times a year usually.
We feel that it's basically getting over to see our club and having to break down the barriers because we are a mixed club, the Catholic, Protestant, the religious aspect. We only have one religion when we come here, and that's Man United.
We just don't mix religion and football. Our religion is football, and no politics is involved. We don't allow politics to be talked about. It's just Manchester United because that is our religion.
He knows the magic, he wears the magic hat, and when he said Old Trafford, he said I fancy that. He came and sniped for Arsenal, sniped for Manchester. He sniped for Man United, because they're blue.
One time we were travelling over and we heard that the ceasefire had been broken in Ireland, which was very bad news for us. But everybody was in a bad way about it and completely devastated. But when we got to the ground and the match started, everybody just completely forgot about the troubles. And Manchester United came into it one more time, and that was it. Our football, our life, our religion.
I'm looking forward to the Leeds
so
game.
So might be a good game, but unfortunately I think we're going to get a 1 point only there.
Do you? Are you working that day?
Yes.
Are you coming out in your armour-plated cab?
Armour-plated cab, yes.
So am I.
Yes, yes.
Everybody likes to come to Manchester and try and beat Manchester United, but Leeds more so. I think Leeds United are a very serious threat this year. I mean, Leeds have been threatening for a couple of years now. They've got a pretty good side together. Mr. O'Leary's done a pretty good job down there, and the rivalry between Leeds United and Manchester United, as we all know, is, wow, it's showtime.
We're here because we're Leeds fans and we're at Brian's Fish and Chip Shop, which is a cultural landmark of Leeds, perhaps the finest cultural landmark it's got, and apart from Ellen Road Stadium.
Of course.
This thing about Leeds and Manchester, I don't know where it started or why it started. I don't know if it's a Yorkshire, Lancashire thing or what it is. They're on the wrong side of the Pennines, but it's just this, it's kind of, you get down to it and people try and rationalise it and stuff, and the whole point is that you can't rationalise it because it's an absurdity. Like the whole thing about football in the first place, the whole, like, oh, it's blokes kicking a ball around the field, you know. Of course it is, it's stupid. So to try and rationalise why we hate Man United and why we think they're scum is also stupid.
No, but I don't think they're scum. I don't like them much.
It's great fun. You've got to do it. It's great fun.
No, you see, I think it's a good thing that they won all those 3 things, all their cups and everything.
Well,
yeah, because it's like the Elizabethan wheel, all their hubris and everything. They've come too far. They think too much of themselves now, and it's the only way is down.
The Leeds train comes in specially at Piccadilly Station, and when the Leeds fans arrive in town, well, you know they've arrived. They're going to have a complete full police escort off the train, down Piccadilly Feed, down the approach, and they're going to be walked to the ground.
These were extraordinary
his third Premiership game for Manchester United since his return to the club from Aston Villa, and a premature end. Leeds United, well and truly Yorks at Old Trafford, singing in the rain, 2-0, and you're tempted to say game over.
Well, this is bloody typical, isn't it?
Yeah, this may look funny because we're stood in the rain and all, and it's raining, but I see it as God crying. It's just this big engine and this like football team. It's like a football team from Leeds, playing a massive global corporation. You know,
it was like watching evil
triumph. You know, and it was bad to see.
A very big brown. A very big brown. A very big brown. A very big brown. A very big brown.
First of all, I am delighted to be here to welcome all our sponsors to what is our sponsored workshop. Welcome to everybody who's in the room. Mini Conglomerate are a brand. Please, sir, I'd like to be one. Well, we think we're going to be a cohesive brand. You've got to benefit. This is a very big thing in lots of markets. Didn't cost him a bean. And we've got lots of different people in lots of different markets.
We have now an official program to develop our brand internationally. 200 million Chinese watched our game when we played Shanghai Shenhua last July. And who knows, in the future we may well have Chinese players in our squad. And China will become, at some point in the future, a market that would develop.
United! 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 Manchester!
We all know about the support we've got all over the world. When we go over there, it's unbelievable. You know, as I say, you have to see it to believe it.
There's a number of countries in the Far East where the support is quite fanatical, and obviously that's one of the areas where we're starting to open retail stores there, because we want to capture some of that enthusiasm.
Just on that word, relax, relax. Yes! You can't go on everyone right.
I think a dimension that is, again, somewhat difficult to comprehend is sitting in Manchester, how people in Vietnam and Malaysia and Norway and Japan know and love Manchester United. It's quite difficult for a guy who lives in Stratford, and he can just walk across the road to the game perhaps, and has done for 20 years, and maybe his dad did before that, to understand that a fella in Singapore is as passionate about this club as he is.
I love Manchester. Manchester United #1. Beckham is great player.
Manchester United have written a little bit more of history. The very first English team ever to win the World Super Cup, and there's another trophy and another medal for the Manchester United players.
Obviously the Champions League is the one, because we won it last year, and we'd like to carry on winning it over the next 3 or 4 years. We've got the players to do it, we've got the quality to do it, and obviously win the league again as well, because we know how hard it is to win this league.
This is where it starts to get interesting. The elite suite, last 16. Nobody won more games than Manchester United in the first phase. Only Chelsea conceded fewer goals. It's been a strong defence of the trophy so far. Good tackle by Key. Oh, and that's loose. And here's Batistuta with a great chance. Would you believe it? An invitation to score to Gabriel Batistuta, and he is the last man in Italian football who needs one. Manchester United begin the second phase of their Champions League defence with defeat in Florence.
I think we've got a good chance in the European Cup. In Leeds, in the league, the people keep saying that they're going to slip up, but I can't personally see it. There's always one team that pushes you to the end, isn't there? And I don't think it's any different this year. I think they'll push us right to the end. And they seem to have a decent team spirit, which is probably the best thing they've got going for them. There's not many teams that do have a good team spirit. I think us and Leeds are probably out of the top.
Comes from all the kids all coming through together. So that's how all our success was at Millwall. Very, very similar to all the Man United boys, you know. All came through together.
You don't get nervous, do you? No matter how big
You helped
the
each
game
other
was.
along, didn't you?
I did?
Yeah, helped each other along, didn't
Yeah.
you? To a certain degree.
I mean, people always talk about the ability of the lads in the team, don't they? But I think our best thing really is our spirit. Because we never give in. I think at the end of the day, obviously the ability is there for everyone to see on the pitch, for the lads that play. But I think sometimes you need more than that, and that comes from like the spirit that we've got.
It's been quite a day then for the Manchester United captain Roy Keane. He signs his much-awaited contract extension and then he leads his teammates to a 3-0 whitewash of Valencia in the Champions League here at Old Trafford.
Gone on for about a year, my contract talks, but United were pretty stubborn, and so was my solicitor. If I had to, I would have gone abroad because I didn't want to play for any other English club. It would have been impossible really for me to come back to Old Trafford. Really trying to beat United when really this is where I belong. I'm pretty confident we can obviously win a trophy or two. We've got outstanding players, but sometimes you need more than outstanding players. You gotta get your head right and be determined, and then you need a bit of luck.
Watch it. Can I have some check of Steve, please?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Steve's tongue level like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Say 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Thanks a lot, Sam.
Okay.
Hello there, welcome to the Friday Supplement. Delighted as always to be joined by my regular guest on the Friday Supplement, United expert David Meek. And alongside David and I today, we've got a very special guest. Very warm welcome to Jaap Stam. Jaap, thanks so much indeed for coming in.
Jaap Stam is a big Dutchman. Yeah, Jaap Stam. Lions drinking with Liverpool. Yeah, Jaap Stam.
I mean, we won't go on about this all day, but it's no great secret that the players wanted to play in the FA Cup, and you had to adjust your season around that.
Well, I think so. Yeah, everybody likes to play in the FA Cup because it's always something special. Well, like you said, the decision have been made, and they showed that we have to go to Brazil, and so when everybody was standing behind it, and then we had to go there and try to do our best over there.
Because we were the champions of Europe, we were invited to go to play in Brazil against the different confederation champions from around the world, and I remember speaking to Alex Ferguson about it, and we wanted very badly to play in this competition, and then the problem came up that the timing of the competition was going to be January, which was when we would be starting our FA Cup campaign, and we had a dilemma. We wanted to play in the FA Cup, but we might never be European champions again. The chance to play against the best.
If you ask all the players want to play in the FA Cup. I mean, I've been fortunate to be in 4 FA Cup finals and win 3 of them, and it's why you become a footballer, to play in the FA Cup final at Wembley in front of 90,000. I mean, you watched it on telly since you were a young lad.
But at the end of the day, I think we understood the club, and they were under pressure from the government to play in the World Club Championships because of the fact that England were trying to get the World Cup bid.
I'll ask you the question, Aidan. Who's not going to win the FA Cup?
Yeah, United. You should have been in it. United should have been in the FA Cup. Because you should have put even a reserve side out. The reserve side would have been... How do you know in the third round that they wouldn't have played somebody like Exeter or Cambridge or something like that? They could have done them. And when United come back, then they could have had a full side out and carried on with it.
If we'd have put a reserve side out, we'd still be in the last 8 of the FA Cup this year. Would be.
Morning, Manchester United reception.
We floated in 1991, so in floating you obviously have a responsibility then to the city, and obviously we have over 30,000 shareholders. Many of them are actually supporters anyway of the club, but obviously we have some very big institutional shareholders, and they're obviously interested in how we run the business. And normally, if the things are going well, the club's successful on the field, normally the two go in tandem. You know, you need a strong team, you need to be buying players, and obviously you have to pay the market rate to have the best players on the field. If they're performing well on the field, then obviously the fans are happy because the team's successful, but it's, also your investors are happy because the stock's going up as well.
Champions of Europe arrived here in sunny Brazil on Tuesday in warmer climates. The only clouds in Rio seem to be over United. This of course was the tournament which forced them to pull out of the FA Cup. And of course there is the concern the likes of Leeds, Chelsea and Arsenal will extend their lead at the top of the Premiership while United have their month-long sabbatical.
What do you think about the Brazilian support in United?
I think it's great. We've got fans all over the world. The more fans we get, the bigger the club gets, and the more publicity the club gets, the better. It's great that we've got Brazilians that turn out to watch us rather than watch the home team. The home team have obviously got a lot of supporters here, but it's great to see them, and they're in the colours as well.
Yeah, it's great.
You can't beat it.
Is this the normal atmosphere at a Vasco game? Is this
Pretty
normal?
much. Usually there's more of the other team.
Yeah.
Get back.
Right. Okay, boys. Give him some space there. Let's push back, yeah? Come on, let's push back. Let's get right back, yeah? Come on, right back. Give a little bit of space, yeah?
Midfielder has to endure a red card on a world stage once more. And what controversy we have. United are one down and they're down to 10 men. David Beckham sent off.
Bad blow that, losing Beckham. We're definitely going to struggle without him, especially in the heat.
They played Solskjaer on the right. They played the last 15 minutes when he come on, they played really well. But I think they've probably got to play Sheringham up front as well for his height, because I don't think they like the ball in the air. So we've got to win. If we don't win today, we're out. Simple as that.
And there it is then, no trophy to replace the FA Cup, but fortunately for United, Leeds were only able to extend their lead at the top of the Premiership by a single point while the Reds were away.
Well, they've got him shooting off. You don't know where he's gone, do you?
He's still on the squad though, isn't he?
What, did he play today? Oh,
It's on his text. It's on his text.
Yeah, boy.
He's got to play today, hasn't he?
There wasn't many games yesterday. They've got to write something.
Yeah, but it's not just once or twice with Beckham now, is it? It's happened a few times, really. Boys, but...
Leaving Beckham out against Leeds, I think, was a reflection on how Alex Ferguson actually deals with the players. Beckham, magnificent footballer though he is, does have one or two distractions off the field because of one or two of the sort of celebrity showbiz things that he goes to, and that I suppose it was a clash that was always waiting to happen.
He won't leave Old Trafford. He won't. He left his family when he was 14 to come here, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's...
If you can leave his family,
you're talking
you're
what?
not
You're
gonna worry about
talking
anyone
like
else, are you?
9-10 years at the club. Right? If he does go abroad, and I would... I hate to see him go abroad. If he did do, I wouldn't slate him. If he goes to London, if he goes to any club in the Premiership, I wouldn't slate him when he come back to Old Trafford, but I wouldn't respect him. Because he's only going to go downhill. That's all he's doing. Right, you're talking about Arsenal. Arsenal aren't even title contenders anymore. Right? No, they're not. Your main challengers to us are Leeds. Right? Without a doubt. If you think he's going up to Arsenal, right, and he thinks he's stepping up a grade, yeah, he's not going to get a great reception. He won't get a good reception when he comes back to Old Trafford.
United are the top team, aren't they? So if you, like you say, if you go somewhere else, you're going down. But who's to say it's not going to change around like it done with Liverpool? Liverpool dominated the 80s, didn't they? United dominated the 90s, but what about now? What are they going to do now? Will it last? How long is it going to last for?
The people that matter know the truths, you know, the stuff that went on with me and the manager, or stuff that goes on between everyone and the manager, you know, it's kept inside the club and it's no one else's business, and that's the way, you know, the manager likes it and that's the way it is.
Very brave decision by the manager to stick, you know, arguably his most creative player in the stands in the most important game, domestic game of the season, but, you know, it worked.
Cole against Rivalry. Cole's done superbly well here. Andy Cole goes in on goal and scores for Manchester United. They have the lead. Joy for the manager, but a superbly taken goal by Andy Cole. It's his 18th of the season. Even more important is the 100th that Andy Cole has struck for Manchester United. His goal of his century. What a place to bring it up.
I think that was an important goal because, you know, that could have clinched us the title there. You know, and I think going there, we knew it was going to be a tough game, and to get the result we got there, you know, I think that won us the championship.
Alex plans everything, and he knows exactly what he's doing, and he is a true professional to his fingertips, and he's a winner. He wants to win. That's the most important thing.
Go away. Who's this? Car.
Bex. I wasn't driving, was I?
What's your car?
Yeah, he's got a temper at times, you know, but he wants nothing but the best from you and the team. So, you know, he's very good working for him.
Do you believe it? Publicity?
from a journalistic perspective, Sir Alex Ferguson can be quite awkward to deal with. I think he's one of these people who feels that good press, flattering press, softens players. So what he wants to do is go into the training ground in the morning and show the players, and say, look, David Beckham, this paper's had a go at you. Ryan Giggs, this paper says you haven't got a particularly good right foot. Roy Keane, you know, people are criticising your behaviour or whatever. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go out and train as hard as you can, and then when the match comes on the Saturday or the Wednesday night in Europe, I want you to go and prove all these people wrong.
Now last one either way. My left, my right. Turn! 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 Left! Yes! Young lads, get the bibs on!
Irwin, long ball downfield, Giggs will race down the left-hand side, he's got a chance now to get the ball across, turns it across, takes a deflection, Solskjaer goes in there, Solskjaer! Wonderful finish!
A big European night then at Old Trafford. United assuming control in the Premiership. They find themselves on far shakier ground though in the Champions League, with their defence clearly in jeopardy. A must-win game then here in the return leg versus Gabriel Batistuta and his Fiorentina teammates.
Old Trafford is rocking. There's a real atmosphere about the place and a real match taking place. Batistuta! Oh, what a fantastic hit! Speed of light strike from Gabriel Batistuta, and he has silenced Old Trafford.
How many times do you think I've said, for Christ's sake, let's start the game right. Let's make sure we're not giving them some confidence and any advantage. I don't know why I say it. I just don't know why I say it.
Beckham. Long towards heading Berger, won it well. Hits across for Keane. It's in. Smashed in by Roy Keane. Manchester United in front for the first time tonight.
The thing about Manchester United is they will always want to prove themselves. They will go into the season forgetting that they did the treble last season. They just want to win. That drive comes from the manager.
Well done. Which question is it? What name is given to the tracks on which tanks and bulldozers run? 5, 4, 3, 2...
Caterpillars.
Correct. Jeez. Who composed Rhapsody in Blue?
John, were you asked to change the questions about 2 minutes ago, yeah? I think you were, weren't you?
What?
You were asked to change all the questions. You were.
He's given us that.
What's the question, man?
Who composed Rhapsody in Blue? 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Tchaikovsky.
Wrong. Wrong.
You changed it, haven't you?
No.
Is it who guess?
Yeah.
Gershwin.
Correct.
Oh, stop.
Which sailor was captain of a ship called the Black Pig?
Captain Pugwash.
Yeah!
I fixed it, man. You know you have
The thing about Manchester United footballers now, they're not just sportsmen, they're not just great athletes, they are enormous celebrities. So, you know, it's a sad price that they have to pay for being fantastic at their sport.
I remember when I came to Turin, I had that famous victory, obviously. But I'm here to do this Pepsi advert, and it's just totally
Nothing to do with football.
I'm playing a Man United player actually, so it's not too unfamiliar. So this commercial is going to be, it's a new experience for me. It's quite fun.
I've done quite a few now, and you tend to start enjoying them after the first couple.
So Fabio, yes. When can we get rid of the people?
Sorry, you have to stay here.
Not these people, all those people. It's like 1,000 people that come. Yeah, but they're just standing and staring.
I enjoy it. At the end of the day, I'm a footballer and I enjoy my football more than anything.
13, one take first.
And action!
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
The way shake, 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 shake. The way shake, 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 shake.
Hey.
He's promised us a big part in his next film. Yeah. I went out one Saturday night and I see so many people with the same sort of haircut as me, and I just decided to have a chop and a change and went for it.
The way shake, 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 shake. The way shake, 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 shake.
It's colder. It's colder, and when I hit the ball it hurts more.
Careful not to cut the fingers.
Good afternoon everybody and welcome to Carrington. I'm delighted to announce Vodafone as our new principal sponsor, commencing 1st of June for an initial term of 4 years at a value of £30 million over the period. The importance of today can probably be best summed up by the last time we announced a new main sponsor to Manchester United. That was Sharp some 18 years ago.
Man United's interest in its customers, its fan base, and also in the real future of technology was obviously hugely important to us, because that's a really good fit with Vodafone's aspirations for the next couple of years.
Thank you very much for your attendance. It's a very significant day for Manchester United. We're delighted that you've been able to come here and see Carrington as well. Thank you.
Listless but effective, a 0-0 draw with Valencia here in the Mestalla Stadium delivers the group to United, and now it's a date with Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-finals.
Three-quarter handicaps, everyone's narrowed down to three-quarter handicaps, so no one gets more than one shot a hole, okay? McLaren and Ferguson are playing the Nevilles. We're off 18, and the two Nevs are off 8. Next off, Teddy and Dennis against Giggsy and Butty. Dennis off 11, Teddy off 7. Giggsy and Butty are off 14. You know how to do that, Neil? Yeah. Well, you can do it off.
How's the manager playing?
Not very well.
Steve looks like he's a bit of a bandit, but they won the first goal. Me and Gary didn't play that well in the first goal, so it's going to be an interesting round, I think.
That was to win the hole.
What do you reckon?
Nearest to pin on the third hole. Nearest to pin is a grand. A grand for the nearest to the pin on the third hole.
There's 135 from there, but 158 at that. So 135.
Get up. Go on. Oh.
Money! Getting money!
Go on! Oh! There you go!
Are we sharing?
Which way around? I don't know.
I better press it. I want this recorded. He is a bandit. Watch this hit. Seriously. Watch this.
It's always when the cameras are on.
1994. He got a World Cup winners medal in '66 as well. But
that's got the body. That's got the body.
That's it.
Hit the flag.
Get it.
Stop.
how much was that for?
£5 grand. That's true, man.
You gonna share it with your partner? Of course, we share everything, don't we, Jim? Even lifestyle.
You know the guy that invented golf courses? He must have been a sadist. He must have been an absolute sadistical man.
I've heard that said about you, I think, yeah?
No, I know, but I never invented these.
To remind you, all we've got to do at this end is take out the sharp seating, the white lettering,
Yes.
and reconfigure you within that seating. Clearly, because it's a longer word, it needs to go further. The incorporation of your logo is likely to move the lettering down a touch to enable us to put the logo above it. At this moment in time, we don't think it necessarily be a good idea to put the logo in the upper tier because it might look like a disjoint. But we've got people working on the plan, the configuration of that. The only other consideration that we need to make you aware of that we've got at the moment is the secondary signage at this level. If you see when it joins up and goes all the way around and joins up to the Stretford end here now, we may not put secondary signage on. There's no contractual obligation to put secondary signage on there. And actually there's a train of thought, which I agree with as it happens, is to sort of rededicate that end as the Stretford end.
Right.
And as such, change our secondary signage to reflect that in some shape or form. We don't know what it could or may say at the moment, but it's likely to be welcome to the Stretford end or the fans of da-da-da-da. So it's going to be more, more like
More
that
club
rather
focused.
than, more fan focused.
Right, the prize given for the golf tournament we had, the Manchester Cup. The staff against the Bandits. If I just go through the scores. No. McLaren and Ferguson versus Neville and Neville. We got half a point, they got 1.5 points. Neil Bailey, Dave Williams, no points.
What? Not even an hour.
Teddy and Dennis, 2 points. And the really close one, Jimmy and Sergeant Brown, 1.5 points for the team.
Yeah!
Promotion up to major.
Wilson and Rahunka.
Thanks, man.
Where's that check coming in?
Look up, I'm busy.
So the teams, I need the captain of the Bandits team up, please. They won the tournament 7.5 points to 2.5 points. Can I have the team captain up to collect the prize?
Come on,
Come on, Dennis. Come on, Nearest the pin on the third hole. Nearest the pin. Big round of applause. We need a speech. The winner, Sergeant Brown.
Thank you very much.
How do you go about designing and getting a new shirt together?
The process starts probably some 12 months prior to the shirt being available. We go through a process of creating designs, submitting designs. And all of that's put into the cement mixer, if you like, and turned around to get to the approved item. We've said to the club that we don't particularly want them to use this kit, the red kit, until the 4th, which is the game against Bayern. They've got 2 pre-season friendlies together, and they'll wear white or blue.
They also said they liked the feel of it. They thought it was good. Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's great for us, a new brand on it, but it's a new feel and everything, so it's just a completely good experience. Well, it is, isn't it?
Going down the inside right channel, chips the ball towards the penalty area, up towards Solskjaer, chested on there, chance in for Solskjaer!
Morientes, lovely back heel, on goes Steven Manaman! Oh, kicked out again by Bosnich!
Should have scored, tremendous block, and that should have been a goal. What a story it would have been.
So Roy, considering you're here at Real Madrid, are you happy with the 0-0 draw?
No, quite disappointed. We wanted to win the game. We wanted to score an away goal, but not to be. But hopefully we can finish the job off at Old Trafford, but we know it's going to be difficult.
I think the good thing about the players at United, and I think it comes from the manager, that what's happened has happened, you know. Let's forget about it. And that's why I think we've been so successful over the last 10 years.
Solskjaer goes in, he's round the goalkeeper, Solskjaer must score! Solskjaer must score!
At Vodafone, we're working really closely with Man United to develop a whole range of new products and services that we can launch for both our customers but also for the Man United fan base.
Hello, Peter Straper's phone.
It's really somebody else's responsibility to shoot penalties and take throw-ins and do free kicks. That's not our responsibility. It's to try and help oil the machine. The Vodafone deal that we've done in the last 12 months is a big deal. It's a part deal of a whole commercial enterprise that oils the wheels for the guys to run around on the pitch. That's very important.
So this is the kind of the big
selling proposition,
consumer proposition, the prepaid phone. We could produce, different packaging, put something on the phone, and we could actually, that would almost be the simplest thing to do and quickest thing to sort of launch. But what we need to think about is whether the stuff that we actually want to kind of build into it.
The actual services.
It's quite a nice little phone, yeah.
When we're talking about the services that we're talking about, like the pre-match and post-match interviews,
Yeah.
Those sort of
Those
services
can obviously be made available as voice well before they're available as internet-based services. So
Right.
I think that's the sort of thing, is almost we need to build a series of products.
When I go to a phone in the future, I'm going to be able to say what's happening with this team and find out about it. It doesn't matter whether I'm in Hong Kong or whether I'm in Stretford or whether I'm in New York. That's what it's about. So there's a commercial deal which brings money to the club in that particular circumstance, but there's also a service to fans because they want to have contact, and that provides a way of having contact with that team. It sounds all a bit business-like at times and very blue chip, but believe me, there's a totally different relationship here between a football club, a football team, and millions of people who are customers of this club, and a different kind of relationship that millions of people have with a Ford car, for instance. That's our job.
And what are the kind of things that could be embedded within the software, just to give us a flavour?
Things like the SMS football results service, for
Right,
example.
so they could be there.
So that could be part of the core proposition.
Could it be ringing tones?
It could be ringing tones, yes. Now, some of those things we might have to get the manufacturer on board,
Yeah.
and that might then limit the choice of handsets. But you know, we might decide actually there are specific
You've
handsets.
heard mine, have you? You heard mine?
I haven't actually.
Have you not heard mine?
Yep.
Did he program it himself? Yip yap sham. Big Dutch man.
Very good.
That's
You
all right,
have
isn't
to
it?
come to the game and understand where that fits in.
Well, buddy, I told you you'd be there.
I'll be there Wednesday.
Wednesday? All right, buddy, all right, okay. Bring plenty of money with you. Bring your Amex card. Bring plenty of everything.
All right, man.
Love you like a brother. Okay, God bless you, man. I'll see you over there, all right?
God bless. See you at Old Trafford.
Ah, how you doing, buddy?
Okay.
How's everything?
Yeah, fine, buddy.
Do you know where I'm going? I am going to see the greatest team in the world. Manchester United. Have you heard of Manchester United?
What I can say is we have a doubt, big one now of Mark Bosnich. I doubt if he'll make it. And looks as if Raymond van der Hoof will take his place. Other than that, everyone's fit, and looking forward to it, which should be an absolute marvellous match.
Manchester United have now moved on so far from domestic interest. They're pulled out of the FA Cup. The Premiership, you know, is pretty much theirs for the taking. Has been, you know, so often during the 90s and the start of this decade. So Europe is all that matters for them.
The teams who have created a European history in a different way from one-off winners is that they go and win it 3 times. Real, Bayern, Ajax, those 3 clubs have done that. And then you had Liverpool's spell of the 80s, and you've had AC Milan's spell under Capello. So that's when you look at the history books, and you then can understand how great these sides were. And I think that's the measure what we'd like to be judged on.
You never know what's really going to happen. And I know we say we're going to win and all that, but you don't know. We've been there before, and we've ended up getting beat at Old Trafford. And you know, it's a sad day when we do get beat, because, like I say, we are the best in the world, and we should win everything in sight, really. Even the FA Cup, we should have gone in that this year. We would have won that, even with a second-string side. There's the Americans.
Hey.
Irish. Hey, Americans.
How's it going? How you doing, Jack?
Oh, it's me, Jack.
Hello, how's it going? We've no nationality. We're Reds, that's it.
You're
No
Reds?
nationality at all. No religion, no nationality.
With that accent, you're not American, mate. Extra large.
Extra large, we sure do. So, boys, it's great to be in Salford, the real home of the real Reds, I guess. Absolutely.
So you know the history about Man United and all that, like, and you actually know where they got the name the Red Devils.
Well, I've heard many stories, but put me straight on that one.
What have you heard? What have you heard about it?
Well, let me think now. That it came originally way back in 1902 when they were called the Outcasts, because they refused to sign up with the Players' Union, and the name went to the Heathens and then onto the Red Devils from there. But then I heard that it was a much more recent thing as well, you know. So, what is the official line on the Red Devils?
The official line on the Red Devils is that's where it's from. There, that ground there is Salford Rugby Ground, and they used to be called Salford Red Devils.
Oh, really?
And actually, that is where Man United actually got it from. That's where they got it from. All this rubbish about they got it from here and there.
Right.
They were the original Red Devils Salford Rugby Club.
Really?
And that's where Man United actually took it over.
This is great. Look at this new stand, man. I love you. I love you. United! United! Brilliant. Love it. Born for this, I am. I'm getting ready. I'm too speechless at the moment. I'm getting.
They've got 54 players that are no bloody good. They've got 54 players that are no bloody good. 54 players that are no bloody good. City are a massive club.
Who was that guy? This is great.
You know, everybody works hard behind the scenes to get everything ready, and you go out and you buy the players and you contract them and all the rest of it. I said, but when it all comes together and you're finally lifting trophies at the end of the season, that for me is the biggest pleasure.
The most important is to keep the tempo going, keep the passing going all the time.
This is where it all began. 43 years ago this week, Manchester United and Real Madrid walked out here for the very first European game at Old Trafford. The names were different then. Di Stefano, Edwards, Copa, Charlton. The wages were very different then, but the fledgling European Cup brought with it a unique atmosphere and flavour, a sprinkle of magic. And somehow, for all the changes that it's undergone, it's still unique and still magical. It's the defending champions against the definitive champions. The holders against the keepers of the European Cup. Morientes into the path of Salgado. Oh, it's an own goal! Roy Keane. Silence inside Old Trafford. They can't believe it. It's the end of the adventure. Manchester United's defence of the European Cup is over. The original champions have beaten the reigning champions.
So it's where so much money is now, 10, 15, 20 million pounds on offer for winning the European Cup. Vital when you've got enormous great players' wages to pay for. So going out in the quarter-finals of the European Cup is the bitterest blow.
The lads are disappointed about last night because we really thought that we had a great chance this year of winning it again. But all credit to Madrid, they come and they tried to score goals. They didn't just sit back and try and defend. And sometimes you need a bit of luck as well. Maybe our luck just ran out last night.
So, afterwards last night, well, he's not going to talk much because he's too hungover and his voice has gone, which is good for a change because he's just an annoying bastard.
Excuse me, but if I may be philosophical here, last night, okay, things didn't go our way, but we're going to win the championship on Monday. It's going to be a glorious day. We're going to beat Chelsea, and it's the start of the new era. It's the start of the new season. We're going to look forward to next year. Champions League, another league title, back in the FA Cup. So, last night was a blow, but you know what?
A couple of pints and you move on to the next step and just keep going. You know, Man United will never die.
Never.
It's gutting knowing that if we win at the weekend, the season's over. And with last year, you know, we had the Champions League, we had the FA Cup. So it's a little bit of an empty feeling, really.
The manager approached us about Van Nistelrooy, said that he thought he was the best striker in Europe. He was only 23 years old, so we felt that we should strike now. So we did a deal with Eindhoven. We knew that he had an injury, but we didn't know the seriousness of the injury.
What did you find out in this way? What did you find out in this way?
Find out?
About his injury?
It's not, I think he's got something. It's not torn by something. You know how do you say it? No. It's not a rupture or something like that.
No.
When he came over for his medical, our medical people were fairly certain that he had a cruciate ligament injury.
First, I'd like to apologise for keeping you all waiting for, an hour and 25 minutes. As you will be aware, Ruud van Nistelrooy has had a knee injury, has not played for the last 6 to 8 weeks. A key focus of our test today has been on the injured knee, and we have been unable to complete all the necessary tests to our satisfaction today. We will continue to conduct the tests over the course of the next few days in cooperation with PSV Eindhoven, and will communicate the position as soon as possible. I am pleased to inform you that we have concluded negotiations with both PSV and Ruud, and we will complete the transfer as soon as the tests have been satisfactorily concluded.
We couldn't continue with the transfer until we found out definitely what it was.
it is an embarrassment for Manchester United, and I think it'll be even more embarrassing if the deal does fall through.
Of course, he went back to Eindhoven, started training, and did in fact break down, and had in fact got the cruciate that we feared. So I think the thing was that our medical experts were right in their diagnosis, and obviously saved us spending a lot of money on the transfer.
Nothing much else. Last home game of the season, Tottenham. Already won the championship. Nicky Butt. Everyone's trying to do something to make yourself look important and busy. That's it. Collecting the trophy today. What else, Jasper?
No, nothing else, I think.
That's it.
Just try and do just once, start the game right, okay? And I know it's against your nature. I know you like to make us suffer. Be nice to score an early goal, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're the first to score in the early parts of the game since, I don't know, it was Norman Whiteside, I think. Oh, yeah, bye. Yeah, sorry.
You had me there. Camera up, I can't hold it in anymore.
Right, listen. All right. Was it?
Stam has got forward. Scholes and Nicky Butt in behind him to pick up the pieces, and it was his header and knocked off the line. No, it's gone in. Solskjaer and Manchester United are in front with only 5 minutes gone, and they're smiling all round Old Trafford yet again.
First header of the year. We're going to score 2 goals to make it exciting next week.
What will that give us? Another 2 next week we need to do.
What are we on now? We're 96. 96 we're on. We're 96 in the morning. 96.
96.
Another 2 gives us 98. Fine, yeah. Well done, lads.
Hello. Get back down here.
How you doing?
Okay. Hi Eric, you okay?
one of the problems for Manchester United this season was always going to be replacing Peter Schmeichel, not just because he was such a good shot stopper, but because of his commanding presence. And Manchester United have missed that presence in the dressing room. They've obviously got it from Keane, and the others are driven players. But there was something about Schmeichel, is that when players looked at him, they wanted to make sure that they didn't make any mistakes, because they knew that this mad Dane was going to scream at them.
I think it's hard for any player coming into this club. Not just Mark, it's hard for any player. Following the guys to Schmeichel, well, it's been an experience. It's always a pressure. The pressure comes from the expectation and the success that we've had. At the end of the day, it's not easy for anybody.
For me, it reinvigorated me as a person. It's, it helps getting me up in the morning and so forth, and it's something to aim towards, to reach, and then to overtake. And I will, given the opportunity and given time.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending this press conference, which has been called to announce that we have now completed the transfer of Fabien Barthez from AS Monaco.
Manchester United are also an incredibly brutal club. I think when the manager decides that players have to go and be replaced, there's very little compassion. Someone else comes in. It's survival of the best, really, and that's why they are the best.
Yeah, I think at this early stage, there's really no read on it, really. It's the club's prerogative, to sign whoever they want to sign. This is nothing personal, it's just business. So I want to be at Manchester. Doesn't matter what happens. Like I said, I can't control who people go and buy and sell and whatever. I'm an employee. I'm a soldier, and just looking forward to starting the new season back in Manchester. Really.
Were you worried yesterday? The talks went on longer than everybody expected. Did you ever think this may not happen?
Que hier, quand vous avez fait la discussion, ça a duré plus longtemps que vous avez pensé.
We can find a pen. I'm sorry.
We weren't looking for a pen.
He's a character. He's very outspoken. Don't forget, for 8 years here, we had Peter Schmeichel, arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. Peter was a great organiser at the back, shouted at everybody, organised everybody, and I think we've missed that. I think what Barthez will give us is organisational skills. He will conduct things from the back, as it were.
What are your ambitions at Manchester United?
My ambition?
Well, you've achieved a lot already.
Like all the players, to win. It's simple. I'm here for win and for stay a long time.
His credentials are big. He's a big character, and he's used to playing on a big stage, which is what Manchester United is.
His English isn't the greatest. He's working on it. He seems a very nice bloke, and I think that's the best part of it, the best line.
We'll see what happens. I want to stay. My performances spoke for themselves last season. I'm looking forward to the challenge.
We're back pre-season now, and what happened last year, we had a fairly successful season regarding winning the Premier League, but we know we probably could have done better in the World Club Championships and in the European Cup against Real Madrid. And we're as hungry as ever to get success, because this club has starved of success for so long.
Because there was a lot of talk after we'd won the treble that maybe someone would take the easy route. A lot of people were actually forecasting, a disappointing season for us. But I think the players showed they've got that special quality inside them. The drive to do well in life, and it doesn't seem to change. If anything, it seems to increase a bit.
Manchester United just keeps growing and just keeps growing. It's a phenomenon, a cult in a way.
fortunate last few years to have a great manager, some great staff, great players. I think at the end of the day, it is about the fans. A lot of people seem to forget about that nowadays, but it's the hardcore fans that make Manchester United, I think, the greatest club in the world.